got my phone connected up.
Okay, I'm gonna have to share mine.
Yeah.
Listen, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy beautiful Saturday. It is warm here.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful sun. It's humid. It reminds me like a down south
Yes, it does.
morning today. Listen, y'all, I am a little, not because I don't even know, me and Mickey were having a pre-debate, getting some things, had a little bit of technical difficulty. So we had just a little bit of technical difficulty. So listen, good morning. We need you to click like, share, and subscribe. Okay. Click like, share, and subscribe. Because today is going to be a good show.
Yes,
and it's going to be a factual show. We're not speaking in, I don't know, hearsay. We're bringing you the facts today. We're bringing you the facts. So I need to share this out, Mickey, today.
No, I'm just producing today.
You just produced? Hey, look, he didn't. Wait, how he gonna disconnect from me already? Listen, the views of Talking with Tonya are just that, the views of Talking with Tonya.
I got it, don't worry.
The views are not that of 810 News Media Group. But as always, I will be respectful. Well, I can't even get that out today. Okay. That's right.
Grabbed your tongue
but
I
will be factual. Okay. I will be factual.
Peace, family. Okay. Good morning, everybody up in here. Good morning.
So first we are going to start with, because I do have my shirt on, and I am supporting Jan Marie Arbor for 7th Ward. Jan Marie Arbor for 7th Ward, and my reasons for supporting her. If we can put up the flyer real quick, because we're gonna sail through this. So put in the comments where y'all are. Good morning, Latanya, Carolyn, Brianna, Bishop T. Flowers. Good morning, Winters. Good morning, Christine Leach. You've been busy. she been. I'm gonna make up a newer factualizing people, making sure they're correct. Good morning, Ralph Cooper. Can you scroll? Mickey Sharon, KZ 114, super producer Chicago. Good morning. Where are we at? Because I didn't want to miss anybody.
Oh, I got you.
Good morning, Keisha.
I'm finna go back to the top so we can get it together.
Thank you.
I'm finna put it up.
Good morning, La Mama. Good morning, Merck 76. Good morning, no name. Yes, he called. I don't even know who No Name is, because he called me Councilwoman Bay, and I think that's just cute. I think that's cute. Good morning, Kevin Tate. Good morning, Tia. Tia has really been in the comments lately and called it in.
On fire.
She has a very direct message. She don't stutter, mince her words or anything else. A very powerful woman. Good morning, Jolena. Good morning, Estella Simpkins. Good morning, Avis Hopkins. Good morning. I call her Mrs. Little John, because I just adore her two sons that come in here. Yes, Sister
She will be coming to death row.
She coming. What is this? Wait a minute. So we Death Row Productions now?
Yeah. We didn't know. We been Death Row.
So who Suge Knight?
You ain't know we the good side.
Wait a minute.
We been Death Row. You just ain't know. You ain't see the split picture, did you? No. When we first split, you ain't see the picture, did you?
Listen, the views of Tanya's I ain't with 810 like that. Death Row.
I guess so.
Death Row and the 810. Ah, Lord.
You didn't know that.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. We the Death Row of the media.
Oh, Jesus.
Well,
this past week, y'all was doing a lot.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Y'all ruffled some feathers. Look, good morning, Just for Oil Hair. Where's my oil and hair solution stuff? Listen. I see where look.
I got packed up because Trevor brought all the stuff when he had to come moving stuff around here.
So Mickey did not contact me where he clipped, where I was just naturally saying, I use Just for Hair oil products. I use the shampoo, the conditioner, and the hair lotion, and I love it. I do. I love it. And it is a great product. They do advertise on the 810, and it's just an actual, because we would have it on the desk. This desk would be covered with their products. And I need some more free products. They samples. I'm like, where they at? They didn't disappear. Now, you heard me last week say, I'm almost out of this. He heard me say that, y'all. He heard me say that. So listen, it's a good product. My hair does not have a permanent. I like to shake and go. Listen, put it up, get up and go, because I don't have that much time in the morning. Their products leaves my hair feeling soft, manageable,
That's
and
right there.
my scalp.
She said, "Thank you."
And my scalp feels wonderful. Now I was skeptical about the LeBron shampoo.
Fire.
And I was like, because I used to use Cream of Nature for, I was like a Cream of Nature, and this other, God, I don't know the name of it. It was terribly expensive shampoo, but I like the shampoo. It's soapy. It lathers up. It breaks down, because I do have to put gel on my hair to, get it to lay down, to soup it up, and the shampoo breaks everything down, and it's really soapy. So I have really only used like 3/4 of the little tiny bottle. So a little goes a long ways with that shampoo. A little goes a long ways. So, good morning, Dr. Pajoni. Good morning, Nancy Adams. Good morning, Miss Richburg. Y'all know this show gonna be good. First part, we're gonna do some good things. We're gonna be fact checking people as we go later on in the show. And if I missed your name, good morning, Sonia. Mickey's moving a little slow with stuff. Good morning, Jade. Good morning, Deborah Overman. And today's show is gonna be good. Y'all gonna have to sit tight. We're gonna cover the stuff, the good part. We're gonna clear up some stuff. And I mean, this is gonna be like Aretha Franklin. RESPECT.
Let me get my blessings out before.
Take care, TCB. Respect. Good morning, D. Cooley. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Demetrius. Good morning, Harletta. Good morning, D. Cooley. Good morning, Rhoda Murphy. And now he moving. Good morning, just I done missed some people.
I'm putting them up there all I can.
Good morning, Karen Malone. Demetrius Clark. Good morning, Jasper Burke. Good morning. Good morning, Francine. Good morning, Billy Barnes. So listen. Good morning, Mary Davis. Kathleen. Hey, Kathleen. How you doing? Good morning. I haven't seen you out in a minute. Good morning, Elizabeth. Good morning, JWC. She was out. There was, we had 2 shootings. She was at one of them. I think me and her last conversation was on one something this morning. Good morning, Angie Mack. I saw you out there on the streets at that birthday party. Good morning, look. Burgess. We're gonna say Burgess. Justin Ellis. Good morning, Anna. We're gonna go ahead, and if I did not say your name, charge it to my mind and not to my heart. Don't charge it to my. Good morning, Cornelia. Charge it to my mind and not to my heart. Mickey over here. Wait a minute. So listen.
I love everybody.
I do too. I love everybody. And I didn't pray for my enemies. Okay. Okay. I do it all the time.
What?
I honestly do. I do. Because I don't have time to carry hate in my heart. And I'm not a divisive person. Good morning, Jessica. Good morning, DeWork. Good morning, Avis Hogg, Michelle 69. I don't carry that hate in my heart. I don't. I'm not
Preach.
For me, it's factual. And I know y'all saw that crazy video this week at Death Row 810 Death Row. It was a lot happening over here this week. It was a lot. But they have geared towards advertising because they got to pay the bills. They got to pay the bills. So if you are on here, we're asking that you can donate $5, $10 to the 810. We have a lot of people who question, I don't get paid for this. I do this for the community to make sure that we can get good factual information, because folks out here just saying all kind of stuff. Good morning, Linda Chilton. Good morning, T from the D. Good morning, Mama Quill. So we are going to go into pull up for Jan Marie. Vote Jan Marie Arbor. We need a change. And why am I voting Jan Marie Arbor? I'm not voting. I'm supporting her.
Why are you?
I'm supporting her because number one, we need integrity. We need someone who's going to put the people first. So if we put her thing, I'm gonna read her flyer. So I'm gonna read her. You got to make it big, Mickey. Mickey act like I'm not 55. Okay.
Bam.
Okay. So one of the reasons, this is her literature, which is nice literature, because I want to feel safe and secure where I can live and where I travel. I'm sure that you do too. In the past, I've taken action to help our communities together, safe, secure, and informed. Now, I would like to do that and more, serving as the 7th Ward Council person. I am asking for your vote and support for August 6th. Honesty and integrity matter. Okay, let me tell you what happened in 7th Ward in 2022. Did it start in 2021? Redistricting.
Right.
It was the weirdest cut.
Mm-hmm.
What they did was cut out where all the black folks live at in the 7th ward. That's the truth. So if you are black and you live in the 7th ward, your area would have been a part of the 4th ward, which would have affected your property values because that ward has more fires, more dilapidated homes. And so what they did was cut out pockets of where black people live. So if you live in Evergreen Valley, Evergreen Estates, if you lived on Lapeer Road, by the Coke factory, they call it Elm Park, that's over there by Stewart School, all of the pockets where black people live, they cut out in the redistricting to make it a white ward. Jan Marie helped to lead the charge. She was very vocal in redistricting. She worked hard to change it to keep the black folks in there. As a matter of fact, the address that Candace used, and I'm going to say the address she uses, would have been in the 4th ward if it was not for Jan Marie Arbor. And so it would have been in the 4th ward. But because Jan Marie Arbor worked hard to make sure there was equity and that there was diversity in the ward and to maintain property values for all people and to make sure it was fair, she was able to run. So Jan Marie is she's a hard worker. She's honest. She owns what she says. And I believe she will be the first. She will be the best candidate for that ward. I support Jan Marie Arbor because she's not a liar. You know, and when we talk about the disrespect that has been served by Candace Mushat on that council with calling me a hood rat, telling Councilwoman Jerry Winfrey Carter, what's up, girl, what the F, you not safe up here? All that, the anger. You know, now she serves as vice president, just the disrespect and the condescending remarks that she continuously made. You know, it was, I'm not even saying it was cute when she, you know, called me a hood rat. She went after Dennis Pfeiffer, you know, called him a snake, then turned around and lied and said she didn't, and called him a slithering snake.
Yes.
So that's not what we need. We need someone who is fair, someone who is not their own agenda driven. You should have an agenda, but not just your agenda. And furthermore, let's put up that Mickey, the 300,000. Candace Mushat did vote to give herself $300,000 for her nonprofit. She voted yes in committee to send it to city council. She voted yes. She brought it up there. Now, some of y'all remember where Ed Taylor, the deputy chief of staff, came up there saying, "Hey, we don't have nothing to do with this. We didn't do this." Yep, that's it. We had nothing to do with this. We didn't bring this up. We didn't sign off on it. We're not approving this. So this is a resolution, a resolution approving reallocation of funds. So it was resolution 240141. Candace Mushat is affiliated with the Greats for Youth Training, Great Lakes Aquatic Habitat, and she sent up her own resolution for $300,000. The administration did not do it. Now, Mayor Neely is out there saying he endorses her. So you endorsing that she sent up her own resolution, Mayor Neely? Come on now. Come on. They have to keep their 5 votes. They're working so hard to keep these 5 votes. We got a whole lot of people that's bought off, putting lies out here on people because they have been bought off. They are interrupters. They want to interrupt the process. She sent up her own resolution for $300,000. She also voted for her friend Liddell Lewis to get $50,000, then $25,000 for her ward. Then she said on video to Quincy Murphy, "Oh, you know that you were well supported for the great church for 104. You were well supported." In other words, you know, you better be voting on this one because we voted for your stuff. So it's time to shake up those 5 votes, bring honesty and integrity and accountability back to city council. I'm glad that we have Councilman Jared out there, and I owe him a phone call back. And if you watching Jonathan, I'm sorry, your girl been busy. I'm sorry, charge it to my mind and not to my heart because I've been busy. So if you know someone who lives in the 7th ward, support Jan Marie Arbor for 7th ward. Support. She will bring back honesty and integrity. So, okay, Mickey, let's go to the Michigan homeowners because I want to show it. We have not, as council people, Liddell Lewis and Candace Machette have voted for their own nonprofits that they are affiliated with.
Unbelievable.
What we have not had is one roof, one shingle, one furnace put on a resident's home. They have not received any ARPA funds. None. So there are some programs which are out there, and we're going to put the link up as soon as Mickey get to it. And so I want to, there's a lot of material. So this is not Mickey's fault. I want everybody, this is not Mickey's fault. It's a lot. I don't get to a lot of stuff because I do a show one day a week, once a week. So there is help for your home. Can you put it up so I can read it off? So if you go to, the link is going to be up here, and it is on my personal Facebook page. It is on my Facebook page.
We up here now.
So the Michigan Homeowner Repair and Rehabilitation Assistant, Michigan Home Repairs Relief, Habitat for Humanity programs, weatherization program, USDA home ownership loans. Can you scroll back? Let's go down.
I got
you. Michigan State Housing Development Improvement Program, NIP, Neighborhood Improvement Impact, a program designed to help preserve property values in local communities. NIP assists existing homeowners and heirs at 80% of the median income rehabilitate their homes.
Hold on one second. Let me blow it up for the moment.
Yeah, if you can blow that up.
I got you. Now we can work.
Okay. And so what we need to do is share this. So we know that ARPA has not reached any of our residents. This is a program, and it's on, was it Michigan.gov?
Mm-hmm.
Michigan.gov, what's the backslash on that?
I got you. Hold on. Ain't it up here?
Look underneath the U.S. Department of Housing, and no, it's underneath HUD.
I got you.
So
let me find HUD real quick.
So for those of you who are looking for help, there is help. This is underneath the HUD. This is federal.
I got you. I'm looking for it up on here.
So the link will be put up on 810. Mickey, can you put it up on the 810 website, please, when you get a chance? And then I'll
just share from your page.
Okay, and then it is on my page. So anyway, so if you need home repair, here you go. And this is a start. There's some other things. We get 5 people that are voting for the residents and not their own nonprofits. We can do some things. We can.
Okay. Just say HUD, right? Just go to .USA gov or.
I'll put it up. I'll put it up on my website.
All right,
so anyways, okay. So I wanted that's doing our good work. I want people to get help for their homes. Okay. Now here we're going to go into. Last night was busy. Yesterday was busy. And I've been asking for a comprehensive public safety plan since 2020. We're 2024. We began to see an uptick in violence in our community with deaths, drive-by shootings of our young people. When we talk about young people, there have been children, I think 2 or 3 3-year-olds, a 10-month-old, a 9-month-old, 11-month-old, 6-year-old. I can't even count how many 15 and 16-year-olds at this time, which we can, with the data, we can see that is a at-risk age group. People not heard about, if you were on Instagram, I did not put the list up, the hit list, which was put up, where there were 12 people who were on the hit list, young people under the ages of 18. 3, I believe, had been killed already. It had their nicknames, or first name, last name, and it had their addresses. It was on Instagram, and then it was also placed on Facebook. So when we talk about the violence in our community, it's very serious. We need a comprehensive public safety plan. And what does that include? It deals with the gun violence. It deals with domestic violence. It also should deal with the drugs in our community. We have an opioid crisis. We need a gang task force dealing with the gang violence. We have to partner with the school system because a lot of these children are at-risk teens are in the school system. We know that at some point that they should be in the schools. Schools should be identifying and making sure that they get the services that they need. The young man, two of them who were killed on Banbury Lane, they were teachers. I spoke with them. People were, I'm saying, at the school where they went, New Standard, said they knew that they had had some problems. There were some issues. We have to have a comprehensive plan that deals with these issues that these young people have. I'm seeing a lot of parents saying, "I'm tired." How do you can't get tired? We need support services for these families, for the moms and for the dads, for the grandparents or the aunts, whoever is raising them, because the traditional family is no longer just a mom and a dad raising the children. It's not. You have extended family who's raising these children. So I've been asking since 2020 a comprehensive public safety plan. I will be going to Baltimore, Maryland to see with their street team and see what it is that they're doing. They have a comprehensive public safety plan. We need one here, and it needs to be implemented. Every weekend I get, the gunshots, the partying, people putting up the loud music, total disrespect to the neighbors, complete. There's one house on Sherwood, parties every weekend. They put the speakers out and actually charges $5 to go to the party. He charges $5, so it's like an after party. The party ends at 6 or 7 a.m. 6 or 7 a.m. So there's fights every weekend. They park on people's grass. They block people's driveway. Just come and take over the neighborhood.
No respect.
Zero respect. And we have ordinances which should be enforced. Then you have at some point about 2 o'clock, there's always a fight, 2, 3 o'clock. Then after the fight comes the shooting. It's a process. Then there comes the shooting where there's gunshots. People have had bullets go through their homes. We have a gun violence problem. We have a problem with violence, period. Now people call. Now this night they never came. The police, they didn't have any. They had no police to show up. So there are times that the police don't show up.
Wow.
And so if that call may come in. So this is how it has to be measured. How many calls do we get into 911 for gunshots? Because they don't always have if no one was hit. People are saying, no one ever showed up. Or they showed up a week later.
Unbelievable.
And so last night at the shootings were pretty quick. I mean, with response to police. Because I can hear in my living room when they're going down Boundary, the whoosh, 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 whoosh. I hear it, and I hear the sirens. And I'm like, okay. So then people were sending me, hey, there's a shooting in the 2900 block of Mallory. So Mallory is about maybe 8 blocks away, maybe 8. Not very far. It takes me less than 2 minutes to get to Mallory. If I get stopped by the stoplight, maybe 3. And so I went to make sure his neighbors were concerned.
The crime down, right?
If police aren't showing up, yeah, crime is down. Absolutely. So there was a shooting. A young male was in critical condition. I was told that he did pass away. Prayers to his family that they have to deal with this tragedy. And so that was Mallory Street. Now, in the meantime, so I'm watching as I'm there, I'm seeing Michigan State troopers and, they're turning around on people's lawns because there were police flanked on the left and right-hand side of the street. And then like at the entrances right there. And so I'm watching them turn around, sirens going. Now they had this shooting. They're rushing to another shooting, 2500 block of, they said gunshots are heard, 2500 block of Paducah and 2500 block of Tyrone. So those streets back up to each other.
From yesterday?
Yeah. So they left 5 or 6 still, 5, maybe 5 were left at the one on Mallory Street. The other, like maybe 8 left and went to it was actually on Tyrone Street, the 2500 block, where there was a report of 18 gunshots and a male who was shot in the face.
Oh my goodness.
So I went to, now this is in the 6th ward. I'm not the only one that lives in the 6th ward. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm not. The mayor lives in the 6th ward still technically. Chief Green lives on the border of the 6th ward. And Mallory may be a minute away. So we're talking about all these crimes. I mean, in the shooting, gun violence is a problem. What does it take for them to understand what they're doing is not working? It's not working.
This question for you.
It's not working at all. Yes, Harnetta, that was yesterday. Last night. Oh, I'm not done with the shootings. Okay, let me finish. So as I'm leaving, talking to neighbors, as residents had called, I always go to make sure the families are okay if there's something I can do. I used to carry, and I'm out of them, teddy bears, because kids would be, there have been children at some of these scenes. And so I would carry teddy bears in the back of my vehicle so I could give to the children. I'm out of teddy bears. I gotta get a teddy bear, do a teddy bear run, because I would give them to the kids, because it is traumatic. It is traumatic when your house is getting shot up, when someone has been shot or been killed. It's traumatic. And we know from the shooting on Clement Street, 6th Ward. This area, that side of town, should be the safest side of town with the mayor and the police chief living over there. And I'm not sorry to say that. It shouldn't be a shoot. Oh, and the state rep who did not, when the lady went to her home begging her, and the only thing she told the lady was, you shouldn't have been at my house, and told me, I didn't give her your address. She told her, she Googled her. That lady was desperate for help. And she told her she was calling the Michigan State Police on her. What was the question? Oh, Anthony Peoples, if you would like to, we don't have a mailing address here.
We gave it to you. You forgot the mailing address.
No, but you know what? We can send it to City Hall.
Okay.
3rd floor.
Okay.
And it's 1101 South Saginaw Street. Because I this is the thing. I should never be out of teddy bears to give to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
These kids, like the shooting on Clement, 3-year-old Skylar and 6-year-old Mason, who Mason called his mom at work and said, I'm scared, mommy, come home. Our house, someone's shooting at. They shot at our house. 8 bullets went through that house. I didn't have any more teddy bears to give to that. They're gone. The number of shootings that I've been to, and I've been asking since 2020 for a comprehensive public safety plan. This side of town should be the safest side of town.
Unbelievable.
And then I was told, Tonya, it is, because of the advocacy and making people aware. And they said there's more on the south side. And so there were some shootings over there last month. 156 gun shell casings on Lynn Street. Gilmartin, 100 and something. I mean, I don't know if they're passing out bullets at the corner. Buy one get 199 free. I'm not understanding. We have to take gun violence serious. I have had someone shot. Literally, the pole at the end of my driveway was taped off. I had came back home from, was it Memorial Day? I think September is it Memorial Day? No, Labor Day. And the pole at the end of my driveway was taped off with crime scene tape because 2 teenagers were shot. So we know we have an issue with our teenage demographic. Where's your plan, Chief Green? I'm calling you out on this. This is your city. Where's your plan?
And how much you get paid?
I don't know how much you get paid. He has said about these great plans. I have not seen them implemented enough. You had a delay when the kids got out of school. When you get out, you need to go directly into some type of programming. And there should be funding for that. We have a gun violence problem. We have a crime problem. We do. We do. I've got someone who they should work for the police. It's a drug house on 8th Street. Man, he got license plates. Him and his partner are like Columbo for real. Columbo, Perry Mason, they got license plates. They got good pictures. Their residents are doing the work because they don't want this in their community. They don't. So I talked about, the first shooting was Mallory, 2900. Police they rushed to the 2500 block of Tyrone Street. That was the second shooting. So before I'm leaving Mallory Street. I could not get to the first block once I got on Ballinger. Something else had been called in because there were like 6 or 7. I don't know where they came from. Were headed back north on. They wasn't toward Mallory. I was headed south. They were headed north on Ballinger. Now there's a shooting going. It'll be to the south. So I go to Paducah Street. So then I leave there. I'm like, you know what? I haven't had anything to eat today, but some Burger King chicken nuggets, and that was it. So I go to McDonald's. Literally, McDonald's is in the township, but it's like 2 minutes from my house, like across the street, basically. And then it's Michigan State Police on Hilton. Is it Hilton? Not Hilton. It's right where the 7-7 party story is, right off of Ballinger. They got something else going on over there. It was so much going on, and Flint police were running from scene to scene. But we got to look at how do we prevent it? The prevention. We're not doing, not me. Chief Green is not doing enough, and I'm calling him out on this. He didn't talk about all these great plans. I need to see him implemented because your community is hurting. You know, people, you can't stop them from shooting. The young boys at school. I've talked to them. At some point, why are you not pulling these in? The school liaisons know who they are. I've talked to some of them. And the thing is, we're not being aggressive enough to get them the help that they need. And then people are like, well, these kids are going to be over in the juvenile. Yeah, they are. They're building a nice new multi-million-dollar juvenile detention center. These children, these teenagers, if you take off 10 years, let's say they're 16. Take off 10 years, they were 6. They were born into the water crisis. Lead affects their minds. Lead affects them. They didn't poison themselves. If you 4, 6. So there was a 14 and a 15-year-old that was killed on Banbury. They would have been 4 or 5 at the time, ingesting lead for 18 months. Lead affects the mind. So it's not that they don't have the capability. They were poisoned. Their minds were poisoned. Their bodies were poisoned. So when you look at a comprehensive plan, you have to be able to intake what's happening with the community, with the young people and the kids. One, they had lead. Lead, and I should have put that up, causes more violent tendencies, learning disabilities. The effects of lead and violence is one of them. So when we talk about what we're doing, leadership matters. Leadership matters from the mayor on down, that they have to understand the community that they're living in. The mayor should have been making sure, let's take care of the kids. Let me get funding. His wife is a state rep. He should be making sure that the kids, education comes down through her. Put up her flyer, because she has on this flyer all these things that she's going to do. I don't think any of them have been done. Not a one, but she did call me, and if you watch the show, go back up. It's going to be up more. People will run and tell you anything, but what are they doing? What are they doing? Right there. So this is when she was running. And she said she's going to do all these things. Holding her to it. State Rep Cynthia Neely, you don't even return people calls. But you get upset when somebody comes to your house and call me. Don't call my house no more with no garbage and no lies. Don't do that one. That lady came to you because she needed help. She actually came to the mayor. So we should have so many services when the mayor and the state rep live in the same house. Come on. So she said we would have, you got to blow it up. Clean, affordable water. Listen, you cannot drink the water from the tap. That was a lie. Affordable health and auto insurance. That is a lie. More funding for public schools, K through 12. Our schools are suffering. Pay equality for women in the workplace. Pension protection for seniors. Flint's pension is not 100% funded. I think it's at 60% funded. which is a liability to the city of Flint. I will continue to fight. You're not even taking people calls. Come on now. You don't get to slide underneath the radar either. She's not even taking people calls. Then when the lady leaves, first she called me and told me, State Rep Cynthia Neely called and told me the lady threatened her, Tammy. And she was calling the Michigan State Police on her. And she was going to go to jail because there was another case that the lady, someone had went to someone's home and they can't come to their home. And I gave the address. One, I didn't give her the address. Not at all. This simply didn't happen. I'll let you listen to it because I called Tammy because Tammy had been calling me every day because she was frantic. She was desperate for help. She told you she got your address. She Googled it and she wanted to talk to the mayor. She said she left a message on the Ring doorbell, her first name, last name, and phone number. Tammy said, I left my name and I asked for help. Please contact me, and gave her address. People don't go to your house and leave their address on the video on the phone number. But here's the point. She should have never had to come there if it was being taken care of. No one should be so desperate to where the system failed that mother time and time again with her seeking help from her state rep and from the mayor. She said she went there for the mayor. I didn't have people at my house for leaves, trees, the garbage haven't been picked up. It's public service. It's a matter of public record. So can we put up the video where the lady, she was interviewed by the news, Tammy. So these are things which are happening in our community. So when you call about a shooting, because her house was shot up at 12:22 and 12:30, a young lady and her friend did a drive-by shooting, bragged about it, talked about it, told them they was going to do everything but poison the dog. They was going to kill her daughter, kill the new baby. And this stuff is serious. This mom was, yeah, it should be the Michigan Now. And the one with the window. And it's right there. So let's play this because gun violence is a problem in our community. I'm not understanding within a square mile, we got a state rep, the mayor, and the police chief, and we got this amount of crime. And a lot of us on their street. Have the police called on her. And when she asked her, she says, I need help. State Rep Cynthia Neely told her, that's not our problem. That's the police problem. That's what she told her. She told her that. Do I need to resend it? That ticked me off. This mother begging for help. And then Cynthia Neely then sponsored the Messiah's Bill, which deal with drive-bys with bullets going into homes where children are occupying that home. This lady had her children were there. How you go over a bill and you sponsoring a bill and this lady begging you for help that addresses the Messiah's Bill at the state? And you saying you calling the police on her. What's wrong with you? That's crazy. This bill is what Messiah's Law deals with. There's a 3-year-old, a 1-month-old, a 3-year-old, a 6-year-old. Babies in this house. And you're going to call the police on her because she's asking you for help. Never told her she would help her. Never said, how can I help you? Tell me what's going on. Okay, who are the people? All right, look, this is her husband here. Hey, honey, Sheldon, because that's her husband. I need you to call Chief Green, your best friend. Let's find out where this is at. That was like an immediate 2 calls. One wouldn't have been a call because she lived in the house with the mayor. And I'm quite sure he was on speaker. He's not allowing her just to call and him not know about it. That's not happening. Let's play the story. I got you.
In our top story tonight, already this summer, we've seen gun violence cut young lives short in Flint. Last week, 2 teens were killed in one shooting on Banbury Place. That was last Wednesday. And you're looking at scene video right here from a 23-year-old where he was killed in a separate shooting on Pearson Road on Friday. Also, a family is reeling after a drive-by shooting that happened June 23rd. In that case, the bullets went through the home on Flint's north side, but didn't hit anyone. So far, no arrests have been made. The family has turned over all security cam video to the Flint Police Department, and investigators came out and collected shell casings from the road. But this mother says she can't get any updates from police. She wants to make sure this never happens to them or anyone else in the city.
I'm a registered respiratory therapist, so I see this stuff come in her. I've seen kids come in her, and I don't want to be in that position.
Tamara Smith lives on Flint's north side. This is ring camera video taken just before 12:30 a.m. on June 23rd. Gunshots hitting the home she shares with her children. Her son called her that night while she was at work.
He called me crying, and I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, I need you to come home. And I'm like, what's going on? They shooting at the house. And I said, okay. I called Maya, and then that's when she told me what was going on. And I just left.
By the time she got home, there were bullet holes through the house from the front all the way to the back. She says while police have come out, she's not getting any answers as to why the person responsible hasn't been caught.
And so I'm lost. I don't know what else to do. So I just figured I'll just contact the news.
In addition to contacting Mid-Michigan Now, Tamara also called her city councilwoman, Tonya Burns.
I took the call. She had my personal phone number. I didn't know how she got it. I did not ask her until the end because I need to hear her story. She's been desperate for help.
Burns says she knows these drive-by shootings are a problem for families. People are scared their house will be next.
When you feel like no one's helping. You know, and the gun violence, just this last week, we have a gun violence, we have a public safety problem.
Before the summer started, Mayor Sheldon Neely held a press conference announcing this will be a clean and safe summer. But Burns tells me more needs to be done to ensure the safety parts.
We need a public safety plan. We need a comprehensive public safety plan. When people are able to shoot into 2 homes within 8 minutes apart, 12:22 a.m. and 12:30 a.m., and this lawless person is still out there, riding around, still doing drive-bys, posting on social media. We have a problem. They identified who, and there's a video.
Nobody should ever have to bury their child, especially if they're trying to prevent it.
Burns says this increase in violence is concerning. I have reached out to the city's communications personnel and have asked where the investigation into this drive-by shooting stands. I'm waiting to hear back.
So we know that these children, a lot of these people are born into the water crisis. They were poisoned by lead. We know that we have a demographic that is a problem with these children. We know that the effects of lead. We also know that when you keep asking for a public safety plan, the adults, the mayor, the state rep, the police chief, they need to do more. It's not working. You're not doing enough. It's not working. I don't have no friendships to where I'm going to be quiet about it. It's not working. It's not. It's just not. And I don't know, Mickey, I don't know if it's a numb thing, but I've seen so many. And I've seen some of the people out there who are saying, Tonya, be careful. I don't go to a scene unless it's safe. Residents have called. It has been secured. So I use safety. I do. There's been times when I could not get a Flint police officer, and Flint police didn't respond. A house was shot. Thomas Street has had three homes shot up on Thomas Street. 3. 1 resulted in the death. 3 different homes. So when we talk about the gun violence, it's real. That's in my ward. And I keep track. I don't know what's going on to everybody else, but I know this is not exclusive to just the 6th ward. I think just because I follow it, gun violence is a problem because it's not being tracked for real because I will be at the 911 center to get the gunshot. I usually go there. I try to go there to make sure I sit, listen to what's going on. My schedule has been busy. I like to listen to the calls. When the people are afraid, I always tell them in my ward, if you don't want to call me, but call 911 first. Call 911 first. That is your first course of action. So I'm gonna put up this other one. I'm gonna send you this one back. So it should be in your thing now. So I know what I track in my ward. And I try to, because pockets and parents, the parents and they will talk to me. So is that one playing yet? And this is another one. This is Sherwood. People are selling their homes. Who can sell them? And they're moving out. This home I've been calling on for over a year and a half. This is the person who puts it on. He puts it on Facebook that he's having the party charging $5. So this is one, and I have been on the phone with residents who live in that area who are tired of it. They have no faith in Chief Green. They have no faith in him. They have none. And this is Sherwood and Bradley, because they've been dealing with this. The shooting, the arguing, the partying, the gunshots, the fights. This is a working community. People are like, look, I gotta get up in the morning. I have children. My children have to go to school. I have to go to work. This is a lady at 70. Can you play the gunshot? She had to hit the floor. Oh, you played it already?
Get back. Holy shit. Fuck. Get back. Get back. Holy shit. Fuck. Get back. Get back. Holy shit. Fuck.
Okay, so this is automatic gunfire. That bullet, some of the bullets, not that bullet, some of those bullets went to a home where a child into his bedroom on the next street. Doing that one, yes, yes. And that was just one. And there was some that went into the homes on Sherwood. I've had the gun shooters on Crestwood. We have a gun violence problem. Gun violence. Now, Chief Green did go over there and talk to this individual. He didn't go. He sent the captain. This person who was just rude. He did cuss out the deputy chief. Told him, "F you, get the F out my blah blah blah." Told him I do the F I want to do. But Chief Green, why are you still being nice to him? Listen, I've been to park a car in front of him. His life would be made hell. Because he's made everyone in the community's life hell for 2 years. 2 years. So when I'm telling residents, I need you to call 911 and to report it, the frustration. She's selling her house also. Retired RN nurse. Lives by McLaren. Works at McLaren. Loves the city of Flint. People choose Flint. They choose Flint. Everybody don't have to live in Flint. And she can't get no sleep. She hit the phone. You heard the gunshot, automatic gunfire. She had been calling me for hours. Her and I had been on the phone. I was calling 911. She would call, I would call. She would call the desk sergeant, I would call the desk sergeant. Because I'm not going to leave my residents by themselves. And I don't. The shooting happened after about 5 hours. I don't even have words for it. When I tell residents to call 911 and I tell them what Chief Green has said, I done got told off. For him, it's meant for him. They're not meaning it for me. They mean it for him. They really do. And they're tired of him. They're sick of him. They're disgusted with him. They have called him a liar. Um, Chief Green has to restore his credibility with the community. I'm taking shots for Chief Green. I'm taking a lot of shots. And I'm saying, no, and he has told me about these plans. When are you going to implement them? This is crazy. So, I don't know, Mickey. So
It's crazy. People had to come to council.
Tammy came to council too, and this is separate from the shooting that we just did. And Von Drees, she came to council. You had Crystal Cooper come, who lost her sons in the fire, had to come to council because this administration is not dealing with the community and the violence and the issues. They're not dealing with it. They're kicking the can and kicking these lives down the road. It's not working. It's not working. So we're gonna move on. So let's say a prayer for the family. Say a prayer. I hope tonight is quiet. I hope the minds prevail and that if you have a young person, not even just young, because we're looking at mental health is an issue here in Flint. Everything that came to council on mental health, funding. I absolutely did. I did. And so mental health is an issue. And we have to identify, we have to take the stigma off that talking about health is something bad, that you need help. Getting the help is what you need. Mental health is real. Get the help. Take the stigma that, oh, you're crazy,
Some are.
But get the help that you need to manage your mental illness. Be able to manage your mental illness. And there, I'm Black. I'm saying from my Black perspective, that it'd be like, sit down, Black. Ain't nothing wrong with you. That was how they handled children who were bad. Sit down, shut up. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Get on over there. That's how it was handled. When actually now we know that we need to get an IEP. They may need some type of special education. They need some type of wraparound services.
So you did some of them ass whoopings I got. I really should have had an IEP.
You probably should have had an alternative plan. Yes. I don't know, Mickey. You might hit them whooping. But that's how the Black family dealt with it. Because when you're Black, you have a set of circumstances that you're worried about. We're not privileged. You're worried about paying bills. If it's a single parent family household, that you're raising your children by yourself. You worry about the consumers, the water bill, the grocery bill, the gas bill. You worry about buying food, clothes, putting food on the table. Those are things that you are worried about. And in a single family household. So what we have to do is make sure that we have to speak up. We have to. That's why it's important that we get, we need 5 votes so we can see what's going on at council, so we can get the press out of the timeout corner. Because they in the timeout corner. Candace voted to put the press in the timeout corner. Now, they back in the corner. They're so far back that by the time they blow your head up, everybody got a head. Some cameras they so far back, by the time they blow it up, everybody head is gigantic. So it's time to get the press out the timeout corner. Press. Okay, so we are going to go on to, I'm going to address the 810. I'm going to address Arthur Woodson and his ridiculous statements. And I'm not even disappointed the past 2 weeks. Even he said in his live, she talks real calm, because I've been done with them, because I can't do the anger. I can't do it. And I'm sorry that it came down to this year he attacked 3 women and boasted and bragged about it. Boasted and bragged about it. The 3 women that he attacked was Winters Hall, Harletta Martin, and myself, with just lies. Harletta made a post. I didn't even like the post, share the post, but I agreed with the post, what she said, but I didn't comment. And somehow in his mind, he wrapped all this up. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it. As a friend, And you don't have to comment on this, Mickey. 810 is your brand, Mickey. It's your brand that you're building. 810 is what he's providing to Mickey is providing to you, everyone out there that's watching today. He attacked the 810. He attacked the people who have shows. Friends don't try to diminish your brand. Friends don't try to tear your brand down. As he said, you should have pulled me to the back. Why did you pull Mickey to the side? He's upset because there's 810 Day, which is August the 10th, 810 Day, hence August the 10th, 810, August the 10th, each month, the 10th day, and it's on a Saturday. So join 810. Was it Death Row 810? Suge Knight. So come join the 810. So to function, to pay the rent, you have to take in sponsors. So whatever Mickey's decision and Winter's decision to take in sponsors, that's their business. That's their business. They're working to make sure that I don't even know all this. I see him up there.
Roadhouse is one.
Roadhouse.
Zana.
Zana.
Just Oil.
Just Oil.
Oh my! It's some more.
Lento Law Group.
Lento Law Group. Z Store Zuzu.
Zuzu Store.
Yeah,
Okay.
Main
Oh,
Street.
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's many more, but we ain't.
Okay. And so you have to get sponsors to pay the bills. Because I don't think he's dropped no money over here to pay no rent at all. And the disrespect that when he does the shows, which I know of too, because I had to come like, what happened? I cannot, and I said, was it last week or week before? What happened? And when he was on the show, I can't pull up the show on YouTube on my TV. A friend does not come and disrespect your platform to where you get strikes on YouTube. A friend doesn't do. A friend simply doesn't do. A friend doesn't come to urinate in your living room and tell you I spilled a cup of water. That's not what a friend. The most disrespectful thing that he said, and he tried to backtrack, I think, on it, was when he said that Winters did a $1,000 trick, $1,000 trick. Number one, that's coming from a Black man who we claim, oh, that's, those are my sisters. Sorry, I am not a part of no Charles Manson family. No, I'm absolutely not. And this the lies. But I'm gonna go back to when you call a woman a trick, $1,000 trick, because you didn't like who she had on. I'm quite sure Winters ain't like everybody he had on his show. I'm quite sure. And he had some through the years, some different people. He deals with the Michigan militia. He says he deals with the Republicans. And sometimes controversy can sell. But I think that I'm gonna clear the record. But the most funny thing is when he said, I go after Liddell. I'm like, dude, really? I go after Liddell. Liddell to put him out every meeting. It's kind of like you have not really been a part of city council meetings unless she has thrown you out or warned you. So, and sometimes some have been multiple, but I want to say it is disrespectful for any man, more or less a Black man, to call a woman that he deals with $1,000 trick and to think it's okay and say, oh, I got PTSD, and that triggering, setting off your own triggers. I mean, how you set off your own triggers, then you say it's my PTSD. I'm not a part of your mental health plan. And I'm not allowing him to talk to me crazy and to treat me crazy. I'm not doing that. I'm absolutely not doing that. Men who don't respect, when you go up to the things, men who don't respect women. And the word I was watching, they're misogynists. They have a misogynistic tendencies. And so we have to be careful with how, and I'm going to put up, and we define what is a misogynist. So Winters did make a statement, and she put in the chat because she was going back, which I understand. She would be hurt that he would say that. And she asked him, how much have you been paid for this? And that was in the chat. And I got some questions about that too. Because is it a price that would have been paid for you to go on and lie? I go after Liddell, and I'm the problem with Liddell. I have a friend, and this friend is probably watching. He works with a policing agency. And he said to me, he says, look, and this was a whole debate. He said, I know that you don't care for Liddell. Okay, I don't. She lied on me with 2 censures and everything. I don't. I don't like how she treats people. Whenever I talk, she does a point of order, then she does a warning, she throws everybody out. That's what she does. And so he said to me, he said, and he's a man, he's a Black man, and he does not care. He had called Arthur Woodson a mercenary before. He told me probably about 4 years ago to stop, dealing with him because he was a mercenary. And I believe I told Woodson this. I believe I told him. And so he said, look, when he steps to that podium, lectern, he said, you need to ask him, you need to talk to him about the way he talks to women, because it is disrespectful. You have a rapport with him. You need to talk to him. I'm like, look, I'm not thinking about, whatever she get, whatever the community give her, she get. Because she gives this, the hate she gives, she's getting back. He said, Tonya, talk to him. And I did. And I went to him, I said, hey, I know you're getting the laughs and you're calling her a wildebeest and a moose and you got some deer feed, but use your knowledge when you come to that podium, because you have the knowledge about the water. You have the knowledge about the topics. Use your knowledge. I said, so that on your platform, people are taking you, serious. I said, don't, stop the moose and the wildebeest. And he told me, F me. He did. He ain't thinking about what I'm saying. Yeah. And so I went and talked to him. It did not go well because look, he still does it. And he called her what a wilder, which he made up a new wilder moose, I think was what he came up with. And so I did go to him and ask him. I said, all right, use your knowledge, because he does have knowledge of topics. Mm-hmm. And the message can get lost in the jokes and the name calling, and to be taken seriously about what he's saying. But he does come up against me with attacks. He went out and said, the ACO, I guess I didn't know about it. I was correct. He said, oh, there's money. She doesn't know what she's talking about. There's money for the service in the wind funds for the service line replacement. It's not like I said. Why? The mayor made the announcement, service line replacement will be done by the state of Michigan. We don't have any money. He fights again. If it's not coming from him, it's not right. Friends don't tear down friends like he did. It was such a nasty and vile live he did. It was terrible. It was terrible. So can you put back misogyny? I'm sorry, Mickey, I didn't get a chance to even read. He went up one side with lies. And I was wondering, where is this coming from? So then he says, I planted a seed in Jedediah's, I guess, mind. Jedediah is his own person. That's a liar. Whitson, you're lying. You're lying. Big liar. Big lie. Because number one, I called him. I had a doctor's appointment on Monday. I was sitting in the parking lot of a dermatologist. I had just gotten shots. Mm-hmm. I don't remember if I called him or he called me. I don't at that point. And I did call him. And when I called him, it was me, him, and Danielle on the phone. Mm-hmm. And I was still in the parking lot. Me, him, and Danielle. And I did say, hey, why don't you try to work with Jedediah? Mm-hmm. I said, he has a platform, you have a platform, and maybe y'all can work together and it'll grow your platform. I said, I think it's a good idea. He went to going off, and Danielle said, Arthur, she calls him Arthur, just listen to what she's saying. Mm-hmm. And he said, I'm not working with him. I said, okay. And he said his choice word. I said, okay, I could care less. I was done with it. Mm-hmm. Next call I get, which I did not tell him Jedediah had called me, was Jedediah did call me. I was like, what's up with Art? I said, I don't know. He's like, well, he's up here. He told me he was not going to wherever they were all at. I was not there at all. So I didn't know he was going because he wasn't going to help. He said he wasn't getting any signatures. He wasn't doing it. He was going, he was going to let Miss Bev do it. Beverly could do it, or whatever. He wasn't doing, and he has not. I think there have been how many recalls? There has been 4 recalls for Liddell. You got a recall for Eva. He didn't help with. There was a recall for Quincy. Is that 6? That's 6 he didn't help with. And then he said he was going to recall Judy. I mean, he steps to the podium every week and claims he's going to recall everybody. He says that. And I think he may have helped maybe the first one or something. But that's what, 6 or 7, 6 recalls. And he steps to the podium every week and says he's going to recall. He's going to do the work himself. I'm going to recall you, and Quincy, I'm going to recall you. I didn't think you'd be this bad, man, and you need to be out of here. He said he's going to recall Judy, too. He told Eva he was going to recall her. And Bev has said, Bev has done the work. Bev and Rich, and I don't know who else all she has with her, Rosemary, and they did the work. So he steps to the podium and he says it every week. Oh, every time council doors open up, he steps to that podium to tell them all. I went to him to tell him to quit talking.
Yeah, Cynthia was talking to you in here.
Cynthia
Johnson, the former state rep down in Detroit.
What did she say?
She said, "Y'all know this is embarrassing." I'm trying.
And it is embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, it is. And with Cynthia, what I think you don't get, Tonya just getting her point. Do I agree with everything? No. Do I agree with everything? I do. No. I talk to Art every morning. Believe me, I try to tell Art to leave certain stuff alone. But let's just get down to it. This came from the Jedediah Brown and John for the Lento group.
What do you mean?
This beef, this whole stuff.
So you feel it's because he's mad because Jedediah. Now I did not know Jedediah was ever coming. I didn't set that up.
And me neither. This is my thing, and I know this. Y'all know I don't really like, but I'm gonna just be honest. The thing was, I feel like this. Jedediah here to help Miss Beverly. Why even? You know what I'm saying?
Why even mess with it?
Just go ahead. And I think what a lot of people don't understand, and I'm really responding to Miss Johnson. When you get up on here, and this was the disrespect, so let's just be real. Art can say what he wants. I didn't let Art come on here and shoot down people he wanted to shoot down. So I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So don't, you know what I'm saying? And what I get pissed off about this whole thing is like, yeah, it looked like we infighting, but this whole thing with this should have never came down to this, and it ain't no infighting.
There is no infighting.
Yeah, how you can't?
He's lying, and I don't believe in letting, and I will not let a lie get legs on me, because a lie that gets legs got Karen Reaver removed. Right,
and I'm gonna say this to Dr. Petroni, because I be saying, was it right? And this even for Tony, because I'm just naming the people who I see. I get it. Y'all want that big question from John. If Winters talked to John and they had that conversation, why do everybody think you got to get on here? We got to question you on, about what you did. And Winters and John had that conversation.
But they had it in private.
And it was in private. It was all right. Let it go. But see, all this festering on, because what I didn't see, and I know, and I cool, and I'm going to take his call if he called. But that when he went on there, I don't care how mad you get mad. You don't say nobody tricked for no $1,000 and then cleaning them. Because then on that case, y'all saying I'm out here pimping Winters. Because that's what it looked like. So if you got to get your point across, that you going to use that to get your point across to drag somebody down. I mean, I will, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But if that friendship, because I seen when he did catch yourself, but it's out there. You said trick. And then I'm saying when people, we sell out. I'm saying how the people in the woods tonight. But is you going to holler about that same thing that he came out? But we ain't going to see that. And I get it. I didn't did good things, but sometimes what you do wrong can outshine a lot of the good that you did. So this going back and forth, we wouldn't have, I don't even want to mess with this. And I even talked to him. I don't be like, but when you go out there and saying that, and I still take whatever it comes. You know what I'm saying? But you can't go say like we sold out and that girl a trick, man. That right there, yeah. And you regardless, that should have been held off. And I always tell the brother, just let it go. Even with the Jedediah, because what we ain't talking about, the state rep, the mayor. So you know what I'm saying? It looked bad. But then when you got study the whole thing. If y'all so worried about John, go call John.
Call John. John will take your
Go
call.
call
Art
John.
needs to call John. Art needs to call John is what he needs to do. But to fact check Whitson and in his he said John called him for security. John never called him for security. I called Art Art.
Yeah, but look what we're doing. We're not even talking about the substance. What's going on?
I talked about the substance.
Yeah, you
first.
did, but
I'm gonna clear up this mess on aisle 9.
No, but you
and
have
then
to.
I have to.
No, you have to because I know.
I mean, when you call a woman that I work with $1,000 trick, you don't get no pass. When you deliberately attack my integrity and my character and my voting record, I'm gonna check you. Because people, and I've seen him do lies and support lies. And people were believing him yesterday. They was in the chat telling us, why would she do that? I didn't. But he's lying. I have not planted. Hold on, Mickey. I ain't planted no seed in no Jedediah head. So I'm gonna go back to the point where I'm in the park. I just got 19 shots, and they weren't of liquor. It was with the needle. I left the doctor in my face for keloids because my body overproduces. So when he said him and Danielle were on the phone, and he said, well, I'm not helping. Okay, I don't care. I told him, when you're talking about podcasters growing their platform, you have to connect. But when you look at a person's actions, I look at a person's actions, not just your words. They got to line up. If your words and your actions don't line up. So he calls the 3 of us his sisters. No, I'm not in the Charles Manson family where crazy stuff is done. No, I'm good. He's talking about something, and in his life, her voice was low because I'm done with the guy. I don't have that to give. I got issues to deal with my mother, which I told him. I could care less what he's doing. I'm not giving him the energy. Not doing it.
I hear good brother. I just think yesterday, the last 3 days.
But you don't get a pass. He don't get a pass on that. I'm done. No, when I say I'm done, because when he went to jail, I got a call, made sure he got out. When he went the second time, he needed somebody to pick him up. He left the bar and on his way home wanted to play hero, put on his superhero cape, and went to going to a house with the fire and the sheriff's department. The sheriff's department tackled him and they arrested him. Then the second time was the tripod gate, where he had the tripod, and he wasn't 24 hours, was it? But you try to be there for a person, and I have been there for him, and then you don't get that from me.
No, I get him. No, I mean, it put everybody.
I didn't pick him. I sent someone to pick him up because I couldn't pick him up at the time because I was working, and then Art came to my house later. Yeah. So if I have you in my house and you go and do all of this to me, no, I don't do. And it ain't your PTSD. And if it is, it ain't my problem. Your mental health is not my problem. I got my own mental health. I want to make sure my mental health is good. Okay. And we need to talk about this because when we talk about who are the distractors and the disruptors who keep us from focus, you got to identify them. Who are the distractors and the disruptors during this campaign season? He's a distractor and a disruptor and a liar. Now I'm gonna get back to, when you said John and Jedediah. You interview who you want to interview. That was y'all show.
Yeah, no, I got that. I was just giving from his perspective, and like I told him, I understood.
No, I'm not doing this perspective on my show.
No, not you. I said I just understood what he was saying to me with this conversation. I'm not saying for you. I said I understood with this conversation, but I still told him we did the interview regardless. This is
a business for you. Yeah, this is your brand.
I never.
This is your brand.
Yeah.
A friend doesn't take a crap on your brand. A friend doesn't do that. My friends don't do that. They don't do that.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I just did it. I'm just saying, my thing is, it is what it is, man. I'm just being honest with y'all. It's just, but I understood you had to come clear. It put me in a bad situation. How you think Winter's feeling when she got called?
I mean,
like, you don't think she called me with it? And believe me, I still talk to her. Like I'll be in, like she was pissed off about that. Don't get it twisted. I done got calls about that. I done so many people. It ain't like I just, you know, me. If it was you, I would defend anybody. I'm just being honest. But there's certain things it's just like I get it, you know. And I did tell, you know, some things we shouldn't go.
I'm done with that part. I'm not.
Far, yeah.
You know, I ain't done with it yet. But you putting too much time on him that I ain't got to spend, and we got time limit.
Well,
so we can put up the video because I'm sticking to the fact.
I got you.
The official Flint video. If we go to the 51-minute mark, where because he claims I mess with Liddell, and I'm gonna play that for y'all. Unbelievable that he said that, and I'm looking at him like, now, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I just want you to know that I got to be back there without that counsel.
Okay, well, listen.
That's my good brother.
I could care less about him. I need to put some respect on the women's name in this community. A lot of things I pull him aside, like I pulled him aside to quit calling Liddell wildebeest or moose and some deer feed. Use your knowledge because your knowledge needs to shine through. I pulled him aside to tell, not because, you know, it was a friend. Me and him had a conversation, and he was like, Del Tonya. I'm like, you got to use my whole name. He's like, I need you to understand that I'm sick. Talk to him and let him know, because the brother got some knowledge, but we're not listening. People are not going to listen to the knowledge because he goes and insults the women. So let's start the 51-minute mark.
Okay, give me a second.
Because he claims I picked with her. Every time I call, she takes the floor. And it's a point of order. She did the same thing to Mays. And I'm going to tell you the tactics. I spoke about the tactic in 2022. That this is a tactic. They tag team. They would do it to Mays. Tag team, point of order, and take the floor to try to throw people off. So at the 51-minute mark. And it happens every meeting. She does it. Over talk. Hell, the last meeting she told Councilman Jarrett, I'm not going to have you out here ignorant. She's the most disrespectful, unprofessional person there is.
Follow the charter stuff. It's only when it's convenient for some of these colleagues. It's selective charter following, first of all.
Ms. Burns, Ms. Burns, please pause their time. Please pause their time.
You're not going to take my time. You're not going to take
Ms.
my
Burns,
time again.
Ms. Burns, let's not speak to the motives of colleagues. Let's speak exclusively.
You should have
Let's speak to the Ms. Burns. Ms. Burns, you're talking. This is not about Ms. Burns. That's going to be your warning if you proceed.
I'm fine with a warning, Liddell Lewis.
That's fine, Tonya Burns. So let's be in order. So again,
this is ridiculous.
Point of order.
Go ahead.
For both my colleague in the 6th and 2nd Ward, neither of you are to be referring to each other as anything other than your council seat.
Okay. Anyways.
So thank you so much, Ms. Machette. So, and that is the rules which we will respect. Again, let's not speak to colleagues' motives, and let's stick exclusively to the budget agenda. Thank you. Proceed with our time.
I'm going to say what I want to say because I have freedom of speech, period. And it is selective following of the charter. I didn't state anyone's specific name. I could have been saying specifically to myself, but I wasn't. So you don't know who I was speaking to. So stop that. You need to stop. Now, what you should have did was corrected Councilman Murphy when he said, you heard what the fuck I said. Now, I know you heard that when he said that, because I did. So, Mr. Moore, when I am looking at the expenditures and what we take in, we did not get the grants budget. How much do we take in? I don't have my laptop here with me. How much do we take in a year?
In terms of grants? I'm working on that budget. I'll be having that to the council for the weeks out.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand you, sir.
I have not prepared it yet.
Okay.
So we're doing budget time. We didn't have a grants budget. How do you do and pass a balanced budget when we in between 56 and 60 million per year, and grants budget is over 50 million? And she wanted me to ask the question, so she kept interrupting me. This is budget. So he's saying I interrupt her. No, my 5 minutes. Furthermore, she continuously illegally takes the floor. She doesn't say point of order. She doesn't say request for information. She takes the floor. She takes the floor. Simple as that. And she does it consistently. So when he's saying, and we're gonna put up his video, can you go to the thing? Because I'm a fact check him, because I'm at the point, you cannot. I've seen lies get legs and run, and people believe this stuff. They believe it. And the calls I got that people believed it. And they were like, well, I couldn't understand where this was coming from. Now, why didn't he take me aside? And I want this to be clear. I did not plant a seed in Jedediah's head. That man is grown. I asked him, which I put in the chat because I put up about Dr. King. I don't have a belief that advocacy should not just be only Flint people can come to Flint to protest, advocate, or have an activism here. I don't believe that. Dr. King went to Birmingham. He went to Selma. He went to Montgomery. He was in Georgia. He was in Chicago. He went a lot of places because he was able to activate his activism to inspire people. Malcolm X did the same thing. Those are just your Black leaders. Gandhi was over here. Gandhi was in India, in a whole nother country. So your activism is not limited to just where you reside. It's not. And the notion that it is ridiculous. And I stand on that. I stand on that. We now have a global economy. So why can't you have people to help? We talk about the March on Washington. People came from everywhere, all walks of life. Black, white, Jewish, Muslim, Baptist, Protestant. They didn't all live in Washington, D.C. They did not. They came by bus, plane, train, car. They got there any way they could. The largest march still to this history that changed our housing. It was the Civil Rights Bill. So when people come together, it is a powerful force. It is not. Why would you want to limit the amount of people who are willing to help you? And here's the other part, which I find troubling with him. Art has been to South Dakota, to help the Native Americans with the pipeline. He's went to Benton Harbor to help. And that's admirable. That's admirable. But his activism doesn't stop just here in Flint. So why should Jedediah stop to wherever he lives? It shouldn't. He doesn't get to have the end all and say all of what somebody else does. That doesn't happen. So, and I'm going to tell you, branding. He's good at branding because you say it over and over and over again. He says it so he thinks people believe it. Tonya planted the seed. Tonya planted the seed. Tonya planted the seed. Tonya planted. No, Arthur Woodson, you're a liar. Jedediah asked me, when he did, I didn't tell him at the time. He's like, who called you and told you I was over here? It was Jedediah. And the conversation wasn't even but a couple minutes. Because by then I had taken a pain, but I had no conversation. I did ask Jedediah, did you ever have a problem with Arthur Woodson? Was there anything that ever happened? And he said, well, no, I never had a problem with the brother. And that was it. That was it. All this other stuff, he's lying. He's lying. So you do stop to check people who are liars. Now, if you choose not to, that's your personal choice. I choose to, because when it comes to my character, my integrity, I'm supporting, or I go off on Liddell. Come on, stop that. So the part with Liddell, go to the 27-minute mark. Liddell throw him out every meeting. He don't even have to be talking sometime. And guess who defends him? Me. More than anybody. More than anybody. Is my mic muted? Okay, so hold on. So Cynthia Johnson says, come on, please. Please put in the chat, what do you want me to do? I mean, I'm asking, what would you like to see done? Because he didn't call anybody, the 3 women that he just attacked. He didn't do it. What would you like for me to do? Because it's technically my personal choice. But when he's calling Black women won $1,000 trick, stating all these lies, he has a platform. He's getting his messaging out. You tell me what you would like for me to do. I would put it in the chat. But let's play at the 27-minute mark, please.
I said, sometimes let her bring the fight to you. I said, sometimes let her bring the fight to you, Tonya. And then when you send her stuff, you send her information, she try to take the information that you just sent her and turn it around to make it hers. And then she just messed the whole question up. And see, I'm trying not to go personal with any of this. I'm just holding conversation. But Tonya Winters, chill on the personal stuff. For real. Because I can cut deep too. For real. And I'm not even mad. Because I done been down this road before. The only thing I'm upset about is the fact that, one, Tonya, you went and told my man what you and I talked about. He even admitted to it when I spoke to him over at Rose. And then you tried to make that a big issue, which it wasn't. Because everybody there know I wasn't talking loud. Mickey know I wasn't talking loud. Mickey and Winters pulled up and seen. It wasn't he wasn't acting funny. I wasn't acting funny. I just told him, yo, dude, keep my name out your mouth, bruh. Because I ain't said or did anything to you, bruh. And he admitted to it, Tonya. You planted a seed in his head that he was going to have problems with me. You planted that seed. That's some conniving type mess. Every man is smiling in your face, man. Come on, man. How is it that y'all don't even...
What does every man smile in your face mean? I'm not even understanding that. I wasn't even there. And planted to see after which you're a liar. Pathological, chronic, and habitual. Habitual. I was on that phone, me, him, and Danielle that day. And I said, just listen. He did tell me he didn't want to work with him. He said, and I was done with it. You don't want to work with him? That's perfectly fine. I get that. I'm not forcing you, grown. One thing, if he says he's not going to do something, grown people, you accept that they're not. When nobody pressing him, calling him back, oh, you got to work with him, please, please, please. That didn't happen. Now, if you're mad because he was on, how many times was he on 810? Was it twice?
No, I didn't came on.
No, I'm talking about Jedediah.
Just that one time.
Just the one time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, okay. I didn't plan that, but so what? You don't control who come on the 810. You know, it's just simply not true. Well, no seed planted. Jedediah was there with Beverly. The conversation didn't go any further. I mean, I think he's giving himself more credibility than it is. Nobody cared. You didn't want to work with him. Okay, he told me he wasn't going. I get the call back from Jedediah. When the Jedediah was saying nobody knew he was even going. So aren't you lying? He told me he was not going. Then he shows up over there, and that's fine. No one called to say that he was showing up, except when Jedediah said Art had approached him. Art, you approached him first. That man didn't approach you. You just said You talk to him, don't say my name, which is the most immature, juvenile, childlike thing. Don't say my name. I had talked to him, I don't know if it was a day or two before, or when was it that he was on here? Was it a week before that he was on here and he said his name? I had told him, I will, he was like, he said my name. I said, but what did he say but your name? I hadn't watched it. And he said, he said my name. I don't want to, I said, but did he say anything negative? I watched it. I watched it like 3 or 4 times, and it was not negative. I did not view Jedediah remarks as negative, and I stand on that. Now, if you didn't want him to say your name, that's fine. But what kind of 3rd grade stuff? Don't say my name, or last day of school, I'm gonna beat you up. That's what that sounds like to me. That sounds crazy. Don't say my name. When he says everybody's name, he said, I'm calling names. On that video, I'm calling names. And he did. But this isn't the first time that Woodson is. He came after me in September, October last year. This is the stuff that he does. And then people say, well, don't go back and forth with him. Y'all go tell him to stop going after him, calling $1,000 tricks. You know, coming after calling me and Harletta and Winters, you know, we going after him. I didn't even comment on Harletta's post. I agreed with it, but I didn't comment, like it, or anything. I did not. So when you say talk to people in private, I have talked to him in private. I told him the no name stuff, don't say my name. It was ridiculous. He decides to go and make this post and attacks the 810 and attacks me and attacks my character. Then he starts siding with Liddell. What does this look like? You agreeing with Liddell? Come on. Come on. So in the I want you to go to the 23-minute mark. He claims I went over to Maurice Davis's. I did not. We all fall out like this. I don't fall out like this. I am not a part of the Charles Manson family. I don't get involved in that stuff. If that fallout is not on me, and they went over to, he claims we all fell out in February of 2020, and they all went over to Maurice Davis's. That Tonya Burns did not go over to Maurice Davis's. Did not. I have kept my distance because you don't know which Maurice Davis you getting sometime. So that's just not true. So when he's making these comments, not true. You know, we fall out. No, he falls out. He stay falling out with people. You know, and the part that people want to say, like, you don't have the right to be upset. I have every right to be upset. I have every right to defend myself. And I'm going to. But be factual. When he also said about John called him, John did not call him. There was an incident at the hotel. I called Woodson to ask him if he could ask Dink, does he have any security that they could use? Because there was a threat that was there. Woodson showed up. He did show up. I asked him. John paid for private security to the security guards, or I don't know, to Dink, but John paid for the services. It was not something that was provided free. It was not. John did pay for them. He paid for during the time of the funeral. He paid. So Woodson did not. It was not compensated. I'm saying that it was compensated by John. It was not free. I called Woodson. John never called him. Was he ever around John? Yes, he was. We were all afters. We'd all met up at the, I don't remember, what was it after one of the, it was so much going on. We had everyone, it was almost maybe 30 or 40 people there. People had met up at the White Horse. And so, but there was no problem with them. There was none. They were speaking, it was cordial. Everybody was having a good time. You know, it was fine. It was fine. There was no issues at all. And so I wanted to be clear. I was the one who called him. So, because there was a need for security. So the part where everybody went over to Maurice's page, that's a lie. That's that's just a lie. You know, that's a lie. So this will be my last time addressing him, period. This is my last time. I'm sorry that Winters got called $1,000 trick. You can't clean that up. I look at how, you know, I'm now the problem with Liddell. Really? That's what you're going with? Come on. Come on. Not at all. Planted a seed in Jedediah? Absolutely did not. I asked him a question. I did ask him, did he ever have a problem? He told me no, he had not. That was the end of it. That was the end of the conversation. Was short. Wasn't no seed planted. There was none. There was none. You know, I don't think it was a secret. You didn't like him. You were talking and telling everybody. So I'm done with it. Anything else? He's what's in the comments? No Name said he's going to have a rebuttal. You know, let him have his rebuttal. You know, because I could care less. I'm setting the record straight. Whatever his issue is with Jedediah is not my issue. And I don't know if Jedediah, well, I did ask him, did he have a problem with him? He said no. You know, he didn't have a problem working with him. And I was in some of the text threads. One of the pastors, Jordan, was saying, Art, maybe we could all work together. And so there was extending an olive branch that I don't know which thread that it was in, you know, to work together. And so, also, so if he has a rebuttal, that's fine. But
if he have a rebuttal, I pray you don't.
Listen, he needs to stop. You know, when you
today is the end of it.
Look, that whole lie, I got calls, and that's why I'm addressing it.
I understand.
I'm addressing it. And not just the part that the calls were the disrespect that was put out there. You know, only, you know, I'm part of the 3 women. Is it embarrassing? Yes. But I'm not going to be bullied to where my voice is silent. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Not doing it at all. You know, this, you know, he's not the only one who's advocacy. Just like I said to him in the text thread where I had talked to Harletta. Harletta was like, well, Tonya, let's just let him not say anything. Why do you have to work around someone and their issues? Now, when he, in the statement that he made, which was very alarming to me, which was about Dr. King had people around him and people got killed. So we trying to kill you is how I took that. Come on now. Stop putting crazy stuff out there. Stop it. You know, you should address people. You know, this is what we do, fall out. Let me be clear. This is not what I do. This is not what I do. So when people say this is what we do, no, this is not what I do. I don't do that. I don't do that. But I'm going to address the dysfunction. I am. And call it out. Because if you don't, it just keeps on going. So when we talk about someone that put focus on a recall signature getting Miss Jan elected, Merck 76, I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. And I was, you know, thinking that maybe he would help Miss Beverly because he has stated he was going to help her. You know, he was going to do it. I thought it would have been great to have, if they're working towards the same thing, work together. That was what I really thought. When I did ask Art or Woodson to work with, I did. You know, because Miss Beverly gets on the show and she's very vocal and she's saying, you know, I want change and I need help. So when the help comes from Jedediah, who's from out of town, and y'all had him on, all hell broke loose.
Nah, but I'm gonna say this, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say. But the brother did say, and I'm not going to this being in truth of him, Art had been saying he didn't want to deal with him. So
he had told you that too.
Yeah, he had been. Yeah. He had just like he not.
Like he only told me that. Yeah, no, everybody, he didn't told everybody that.
I'm just saying. No, but I'm just saying
right.
From the standpoint for, you know, I understand what you trying to tell them to work with them, but if somebody that already said it, because I hated this out now, but you know what I'm saying? This ain't just like it started. Even with the Lento thing, I didn't want to deal with them in the beginning. He just, and I'm just being honest. I'm just.
Well, he didn't like John.
Yeah, he didn't. And so this ain't like.
And John didn't like him.
Yeah, it ain't like this. Just
they didn't like each other.
And it's just like, and I say it again. You know, Flint has been burnt by. You know what I'm saying? But also, Flint has been burnt by Flint.
Okay, Flint. What do you mean Flint's been burnt by
people here? It just ain't like people try to say people from the outside. You know, because he did say when Sir Major came, which was a nut show. You know. It have been, you know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at the people in Flint who didn't cause the fires. Like,
well, some of you have to name names. What are some of the fires?
Like Judy Priestley's council.
Okay, so what was the fire she started?
What have she voted for the people?
I don't know. She told House of Esther to bake some cupcakes.
I'm saying Candace Mushat.
To bake $300,000 worth of cupcakes. Yeah. I'm like, this is not a cupcake thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but you know who? I'm just saying them who caused fire. So, but I get it. Like I said, it is what it is. You know.
Yeah. And so for those, I started off my show putting what was important, which was Jan Marie, and I addressed the issues. Mm-hmm. House cleaning has been done. Miss Beverly is doing what her advocacy is.
She gotta,
that is her advocacy.
Yeah, that should be the thing.
And that's, you know, she has a right as a resident to do as she feels. She is steadfast in it. She pushes herself forward, and that's, you know, that's her advocacy. Now they have put the post up, which I guess there was a flyer, and first of all, and let's put this up, because clearly Beverly is getting underneath Liddell's skin. Clearly.
Okay, I got you. No, that was just for me, Jeff Johnson. I was trying to read his comment.
Do you have it?
Have what?
The
hold on. You want me to go put what you want me to pull up?
I want you to pull up the Beverly thing.
Hold on 1 second. I got you. I was still on that.
So there was a post that was made, which is just simply not. Go to the other one. No, it's right above it. Yeah. Yeah. So Liddell posted, "Why I'm out serving the city." Can you blow it up? I got you 1 second. "While I'm out serving the city, this is what other council members are doing. There are no council members out there knocking doors to recall Liddell. That's just not true. I have not knocked one door to recall Liddell Lewis. Not one. Not true." Now she put in there, I think she put in there in that response, she had put Rose Marie. Rose Marie is a council, she's a candidate. So she put, "Why am I serving other council members? Since they were called out for coming to my home, they are meeting at Cyrus Park across the street from my home to intimidate me. I want the city to witness this unethically egregious behavior from a non-second ward resident, a man from Chicago, as they attempt to deceive the second ward resident. They can't even spell my name right, let alone run a recall with integrity." I don't know, running a recall with integrity. We deserve better. When they come to the house, ask them, what are they doing for the city? Okay, first off, there are no council members. Can you take that? Mickey.
Yeah.
Are you texting him?
No, you see, I'm in the chat talking to Jeff Johnson. If you see over here, you go over here, you can see my comments.
I don't want to see your comments.
No,
so
man, I ain't that type of person.
So listen, I just want that down. So there are no council members knocking doors. It's just not true to do the recall. Recalls have to be done by the residents. Simple as that. So those are her residents if they're signing. Miss Beverly, and then the flyer that was put up. I have nothing to do with this flyer. Can we put the flyer up? Because she said it was a misspelling in the flyer. So there are no council people who are.
This one you want to put up?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or you can blow it up to where they're.
Okay.
So this flyer.
I got you. 1 second. Well, you probably gonna start.
Yeah. Well, recall now. No. Just the flyer part.
I got you.
Yeah. We deserve it. Join us for the recall. So, where's she saying is her name misspelled? So there's a recall event Saturday, July 20, 2024. Oh, join us to recall. Okay, so there's 2 L's in her name. Her name has 1 L. Okay, so there was a typo.
Tomato.
Right. So I have nothing to do with this recall. Have not knocked one door. Have not said recall, and they have not stepped to. Well, there are people who have stepped to the podium and learned to do it. Residents are aggravated. Residents are upset. The process is where residents actually where residents have to recall themselves. Miss Beverly has touched, she recalled Eva, she recalled Quincy. Quincy is her, they're in the same ward. She recalled him. She said she's recalling Liddell. And her reasons for recalling Liddell was, 1, she voted to give herself $25,000. She voted to give herself $50,000. She voted yes to give a $72 million tax abatement. She voted and she took a check for $1,500. She voted with Candace Mushat to give Candace's nonprofit $300,000 in finance committee, and they both voted to send it to city council. So this is Miss Beverly, and Miss Beverly. So Jedediah is here to help Miss Beverly. He has been with Miss Beverly, and Miss Beverly is serious. She's serious, and to show she's serious, she's been successful. She's had, was it 2 now successful recalls?
No, actually, she had. If you look about it, 4, because you had 2 resignations. I mean, 2 on resign. Eva resigned.
Okay, she got the signature, put her on the ballot.
And Allie Holcomb wrote. Remember, she was the first one.
Oh, but she wasn't recalled. She just quit.
But she knew the recall was coming. She got off before it got started.
Mm-hmm. So I wanted to be very clear. Tonya Burns has not knocked one door as I'm clearing the record. So when people put misinformation and bad information, I'm not out. I haven't done a recall. I have time. I don't even know who's all working. She did put in her chat that Rosemarie was doing the recall. And I have nothing to do with that. I have not been out. I have nothing to do with that. Nothing. I had nothing to do with Eva's. I didn't knock the door. I had nothing to do. Who was the other one?
Allie Holcomb wrote.
Allie Women, she just quit. So her, yeah.
But you got okay.
No, Quincy's.
Had
nothing to do with Quincy's recall.
First ward, 3rd ward, 7th ward. That's 3.
Scroll down for a second in those comments.
No, this is you.
Yeah. Okay, but I want you to put up Cynthia Johnson's comment.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay, so this will be a real view show, but not good for time. This council is working against one another, hence working against the people. Y'all are going to keep this up, and you're giving the state the reason to take over. Okay, State Rep Cynthia, they have been working against the council. And I don't know if you knew this. So they put out Eric for 30 days, and they put him out for 90 days. I had to take my case to court, which I did win. They are now appealing. It goes to appeals court. And so they have been working against the people. Wasn't me. I was removed. And so we talk about working against the people, and they have had their own agendas. So when we talk about the state takeover, our budget hasn't been balanced. We paid $9 million more for a trash contract with priority. Then we took $2 million from the ARPA funds to balance it for the next 2 years. We have to figure out next year for the next 5 years how to pay for the trash contract, because it's a $5 million deficit. We use ARPA to balance the trash. So state takeover fund has been right. That has nothing. When we look at the 5 people, we should have never given priority. I don't know if you were aware of it, but those 5 voted to give Priority Waste a no bid contract. And I put it on my show. It's in violation of the charter. The charter states that we were supposed to put all contracts out for bid. You can get the lowest responsible bidder. Priority received a no bid contract. A no bid contract. Our service line replacements have not been done. I talk about it on my show. I put the documents up, so they're on there. So when they vote, and I think Judy said, we're just going to keep kicking the can down the road. The administrative consent order, I talked about that how many times and put it up and broke it down. It's like about 170 page document. The administrative consent order, which has the TMF in it, the technical managerial and finance report is also in it, which is our violation. We don't have we're supposed to have the 200 million. Our water fund is insolvent. So the issues are already there for the state. That falls on the mayor. That falls on the mayor. So the check and balance, which should be the city council. This city council has made sure they have gotten their money. Residents haven't gotten anything. They have passed the no bid contracts. We passed a budget without having a part of the budget, which was grants. Grants, which is over 50 million, was not put in there. It's been on my show. For those who tune in every week, it is in there. They've seen it. Actually, as a matter of fact, the clip where it shows where I talk about the grants, where the CFO, and I make sure I put stuff on record. He has stated, only way we're going to have to balance the trash contract, which we'll have to deal with it, I guess, next year. I did not vote for it. Was either we can't raise taxes any higher. There will have to be a special tax assessment to pay for the trash. So if you take 9 million, 2 million, 5 million, that's what, $16 million that I feel is overpaid for a trash company. There's no science to picking up the trash. You put it to the curb, take it to the landfill. That's it. And so should you have a reliable service? Yes, but it was a service, and you keep seeing over there, and Councilwoman Murphy Carter has addressed the issues that priority is not picking up over, like on Chippewa Street. There's been problems with them picking up some of the trash over there. So 16 million overpaid. We shouldn't have any problems at all. And we do.
No,
we do. What?
What he said.
You know what? Lumi behave. So no bid contracts is what they do in Flint state rep. And I don't know if you knew that. Then we had trash hearings. I don't know if you knew about this either, but I talk about it every week on my show. They had trash hearings. The mayor told the DPW, Mike Brown, to shred the contract, to go into Shelby Freier's office, the chief financial officer, grab the contract and shred it. The video where he said it was altered by Paul. I'm waiting on Davina to give me the transcripts, and that's been a while. She hasn't gotten it yet. I'm waiting because we had a legal person there for reporter who was taking the notes. I'm still waiting on that. Okay. So when we talk about what happened, there was the trash. You can't shred documents. They shredded a contract. I was there. I wasn't even on council. I was at the bid opening. So my commitment to my city is real. I was there when they opened the bids. That contract was shredded, and we ended up paying what, $9 million more. And then we're still having trash pickup issues, which it is not uncommon in all fairness. And I'm now hold on now. The company, and I have not put that up, have I? Oh my God. The company who was the trash bin company, when you talk about, they bid I did talk about that, I think, Mickey, $260,000 cheaper. I did talk about that.
My bad.
Yeah. And so
comment in the chat too. That's
yeah. And so they were $260,000 cheaper than the trash cart company that the city took. They had been in business 111 years. So he sent me an email, and you send me an email, I'm going to read it. He sent the email, and he stated he wanted to know why was it his company was not chosen. They own 7 manufacturing companies in the U.S. Their rollout time would have been quicker. They didn't have a problem. And the difference, what they told him was because the other company was in Michigan. They were $260,000 cheaper. We need every dime we can get. Why are we doing this? Why was that accepted? So when he sent this, he's been asking the person over purchasing for a response. She won't talk to him. he has a very detailed list, and I'm gonna talk about that next week, because he reached out to me again, July, and it was July 5th, after July 4th. Usually most companies, this is serious for them. I don't know if this, and it's looking like this may turn into a lawsuit. We have problems with our trash, and people have alleged that there was some bid rigging. Why would we not take the company that was $260,000 cheaper when we have a problem? And he has a timeline, which was, he talked to them at 9:02 a.m. He talked very, and everything is done. And so it is very troubling, when these things come. These are just some of the things. So I do talk about these things every week. I make sure that I make the residents of the city of Flint aware. I do. And so this, we're gonna have to look and see where this because he did state he was coming to city council to speak. Everybody who feels like they've been done wrong come to city council, which they should. They should. And so I think the company is Re-Rig Pacifica. Been in business for 111 years. So they ain't been in business for 111 years, but they know how to make cars. Matter of fact, Winters would say, where's the company? I know I saw those trash cans. They brought them trash cans in. It was that company. They did not take that company. That lowest company. They did bring those trash cans to city. Matter of fact, I put up the video and showed the video when they came to city council. I did put up the video. They came and brought the trash cans and showed them. So anyways, what time is it, Mickey?
12 o'clock. So.
Okay. So Flint does have issues. And so sometimes you have to do house cleaning. I stick to remember, I don't never have enough time to cover all the stuff and making the residents aware. I generally don't have enough time. So there's a lot of things that are going on. So the state takeover, that's going to fall on the mayor. We don't have the majority vote. That's why I am supporting, for transparency and accountability, Jan Marie Arbor. I started out with vote for Jan Marie Arbor. No name. I will be there starting the week of the 22nd. That's when I will be there. I will be there because I'm taking my time to go to find out if the so when you be in Baltimore, they have a violence interrupter program. I am going to see that. It's an 85% success rate with lowering violence, dealing with gangs, dealing with opioid overdose. And it's similar to a program in Oregon that they have called Cahoots. And it's successful. This is more of an urban area. Baltimore, Maryland kind of mirrors what Flint has with the poverty, our Black demographic, dealing with the median income. So I will be there, and I'm looking forward to it. Actually, I'm gonna spend some time with my sister.
That's what's up.
And she tell me some. Oh, I got 5 bathrooms to remodel. I ain't coming for all of that. She just really don't know. Not coming for all that, Sherry. I'm not. But I'm looking forward to spending time with her. But I want to see this program and how it works and what I can bring back, not just to help with my city, but to share with others. But number one, to help with my city, because we have a gun violence problem. And like I said, even when the shooting, it's been 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks ago, I had no more teddy bears to hand out to the 3 and the 6-year-old because I've given them all away. When you talk with parents or you talk with people who are victims of gun violence, and it gives the kids something, and the little 6-year-old Mason is still trouble. His home was shot up with 9 bullets. The bullets went through the home, with the children, and they went through. So I don't have enough time to do with what I do. Thank God my kids are older. My kids, what I say, you good and grown when you can buy your own toilet paper and you have a mortgage. My kids have their own, they buy their own toilet paper. So, and they have mortgages. So I am looking forward to that. So today, asking for your support, vote Jan Marie Arbor. Can you scroll down? I want to see some of the comments. Okay. Oh, no. What did her letter say? I will never.
I don't know if we got like
I
3
never said
minutes.
Tonya Winters myself don't have a right to defend their character and our age character. Okay. Thank you, time for sticking to the policy and issues. And stay with Cynthia Johnson. I do. I talk about more of the issues than anybody. Today was just a little house cleaning. So if anybody was offended on here or upset, I'm going to defend myself. I am. I'm going to support my community. Mental health is real, including mine. And I'm trying to make sure mine is taken care of. So I'm looking forward to being in Maryland. My dad celebrates his 80th birthday next week. I'm excited about that. My sisters will be here. And so I'm excited about that. So there's a lot of great things that are going on. I usually have the flyers, but Mickey trying to send invoices to everybody. And I was not expecting to be at, I'm going to tell you that the gun violence yesterday was crazy.
Yes, ma'am.
So it was crazy, so it was literally, I could not, and this is just me monitoring my ward. And I was home trying to take care of business and get ready for it. There's a lot of things. But as our parents age, we become their caretakers. And that is, that is my first priority in my children. And so my community, I love. Otherwise, I wouldn't be going to. I don't know what to expect in Maryland. And I'll be there on the street with their street team. And I'm looking forward to it, to bring something back to see what can we implement. To speak with Chief Green did have a lot of good programs he was talking about. I would like to see the implementation of those plans for our community. So anyways, Mickey, next week we're going to talk about, because there is an update for the trash company.
Okay.
And I hope this doesn't end up in a lawsuit. Just like people thought, Attorney Kim is going, he won't be going to the July 26th. And so Attorney Cups is the acting city attorney. So as we see things are changing, if you want to change things, get involved. Get involved. Your voice matters. Your voice matters. Can we improve things in Flint? Absolutely. I appreciate having the Ninth Ward be a solid voice. And there's some things he's working on. I appreciate him and his focus. I appreciate what he adds and value. And I knocked doors for him. I knocked doors for Councilman Jared. I knocked hundreds of doors to make sure we're getting a balance and that we're working for the people, because ultimately that's who we are working for. We are working for the people. So I will be there to see what I can bring back. And I'm going to learn. I've never used TikTok Live. I'm going to use some TikTok Live then, and I'm going to do Facebook Live. So anyways, listen, whatever you're doing, I hope everyone has a beautiful weekend. Enjoy the sunshine. If you're on there, love someone. If your parents are still living, tell them you're loving. I'm praying for you too, Councilwoman Bay. That is just, I'm going to get me a t-shirt that say Councilwoman Bay on it. Listen, I appreciate everyone for giving me your time and sticking, through the process. And I do want to end with this, that everyone plays a part in our community, all activists, and everyone doesn't have to be here to support Flint. If there's something that's, I remember my husband that went to the Million Man March. We have to support good policy, good procedure, and we have to support each other. And it does not, it can cross lines. And what we have to do is just be willing to show up and to help. Good policy, we got to be for the people. Look, and y'all better, the 2025, what is it that Trump, listen, we're going to talk about that next week, Mickey. So listen, I need y'all to that 2025. I don't even know the name of it. I want y'all to pay attention to that, because elections are serious. Elections are serious, and we vote people and they'll flip the script on us. Elections are serious. So Mickey busy, y'all. Project 25, 2000. Thank you, Cornelius.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm typing. I was responding to John Pong.
Yeah. Thank you, Merck, No Name, and Merck 76, and Cornelius. Yes, Project 2025. I want y'all to check that out so that we can come to Detroit on July 21st to celebrate Whitlow's Barbershop. Listen, can you send me the address? I will absolutely come. Absolutely come, State Rep Cynthia. I will be there. I will be there. That's on the Sunday. Is it Sunday? Yeah, that's my flight goes out. I got to now fly out of Detroit because I want to be there. I like to be on time, so I was going a day early. So I was flying out on the 21st. I had to look at the time. Tia Harris, but if you don't fight for yourself, how can you fight for the residents if you fight for them? I don't always agree with you, but I know it has to be done. Tia does not agree with me. Tia holds my hands to fight.
I got to bounce.
I know. Anyway, look, y'all have a beautiful, everybody on there. Love y'all. Enjoy your Saturday. We out of here. What do we call it? Death Row?
Yeah.
Death Row A10. Have a good weekend, everybody.